How's it going, YouTube? This is DMG here, and I'm bringing you Steel Lancer Arena International, part of a new series I'm working on. It's going to be a solo series based on just me, myself, and I, and my crazy ass self. It's a robot fighting game, but more with guns instead of punching. It was developed by Konami. It's actually based on another game that was made originally for the Xbox called Phantom Crash. So both are very underrated games, and that's the whole point of this whole series. It's just going to be underrated games. So instead of doing like most other people when it comes to talking about underrated games, I'm actually going to play through the games that I bring up. And this will be the first one in the series. Now, there's only been one YouTuber to have ever fully completed it, and I want to give him a huge shout out, because if it wasn't for him, I would have never fucking figured out how to play this damn game. Just being real, it's a pretty tough game, but damn is it satisfying to just complete. That was just a little opening cinematic. I'm going to start us up a new game. And all along the way, I'm going to try and give y'all some tips and tricks that I've learned throughout playing this. Because, again, it's pretty damn tough. Especially if you ain't got a clue what the hell you're doing. And there's basically no game guides. But huge shout outs to the Howling Gamer here on YouTube. Real big fan of his. He's a little quirky, but in a fun way. Really love how he talks. But the way the game plays is your character basically just sits at a damn computer like every other nerd in the fucking world, and he controls a mech through his computer and some sort of interface that he has. Fyra is the organization that runs everything, and they have a server called Haven. That's how you're going to interact with most everything. That's where your main menu is, basically. I don't know whether or not I'm going to do voices for the characters in this. Let me know down in the comments section below if you want me to do voices, because as much as I enjoy them, I know some people will probably be like, "Oh my god, you sound stupid," and I'm probably sitting back in my mind, yeah, you right, I sound stupid, but if it gets you to laugh, I'm all fucking for it. Hyper advanced virtual environmental something, I didn't see the fucking thing. Network, probably. There's actually another really good reason as to why I'm playing this one as the first in the series, aside from being the second YouTuber to actually complete this game. Yeah, let's just put in what I usually go by online. DEI. There we go. The other reason why I'm playing this, though, is because I'm going to try and create not just a strategy guide for everybody else that have been asking and begging for one online, but I really want to go to AGDQ 2020 with this game, as well as one other game, but that's another story for another day. I really want to try and give back to everybody in the world when it comes to preventing cancer and everything. My family's had to deal with it. It's not fun finding out about relatives having it and seeing some of them pass and some of them not. Anyway, less depressing things. You've got 7 locations you can choose from. Each of them's a different map. Some of them are close quarters, some ain't. Hong Kong is a close quarters map, and it's got different height levels to it as well. The fighting arena, and you'll see about that whenever I actually get into a fight. You'll see what I mean about the height differences and everything. Tokyo has a mixture of close range as well as long range. So if you like sniper rifles and missiles and lasers, this is a decent area to start off in. Las Vegas is kind of tough to see day and night. Yes, there's day and night cycles, by the way, for the fights. Las Vegas is the only area where day and night just does not matter because the entire place, the fighting arena, takes place in a giant stadium. So lighting is going to be the same regardless. It's kind of dark, but it is still bright enough to where you can see people that have their optical camouflage on, aka they're invisible. I like to call them invisibitches. This one also has some sight lines, but they're fairly blocked. So this one's more about sneaking and coming up on your opponent when they're not looking. New York, long sight lines fucking everywhere. This map I fucking hate. I tend to stick to one area of the map just so I can get them in close and use no Vaseline on them when I'm coming from behind. Oh yeah. London, kind of similar to some of the others, such as Tokyo. You got one area where there's a long sight line, then the rest of the area is just close combat. Stuttgart's the most widespread and is almost purely dedicated to those that love long range. And the same could be said for Cairo. I have a hate relationship between Cairo and Stuttgart. I don't know which one I hate more. So I'm going to start off in Tokyo. Even though whenever I first started playing this game fucking years ago, I would always choose Hong Kong for whatever fucking reason. I don't know. Martial arts movies. But let's go to Tokyo. And you'll notice, I'm going to take notes myself. Try and write times down for how long a death takes. Loading times so that I can try and calculate all this bullshit as best I can. And try and give AGDQ a good estimate for how long it would take to beat this game in one sitting. Bullshit. Okay. This little guy is just he's the stock chip that you're given. He's garbage. You're going to get rid of him almost fucking immediately. Oh no, game crashed. Whatever shall I do? It's part of the story. And the story is basically a murder mystery you're trying to solve, and in the process of trying to solve it, you're also trying to become the #1 badass in the game, basically. Lots of hidden secrets. And quite puzzling plot points, but I don't know. Fuck it, it's a game. These episodes are going to probably be about 30 minutes long just cause like getting in one match, theoretically, from what I can tell, if you get into a fight, it should take roughly 10 minutes to clear out everybody plus ranker. That is what I would have to guess is probably the most optimal amount of time to get through a class ranking. There are 8 rankers per field, 4 day, 4 night. It starts off with the D class, then the C class, B, A. You get the picture. You got to pay to get into these classes. There's also free fights, and there's challenge series too. Okay. I kind of want to skip this, but y'all probably would want to read it, so I'm letting y'all have enough time to read it. Even though there is a pause button, I could just, skip all this bullshit and y'all can just pause the video whenever the fuck y'all want to read it. This stuff right here does not fucking matter to the story. It's just BS for whatever reason. Konami is Konami and they're gonna do the shit that they do. In order for me to actually buy a mech and buy all kinds of shit that I need, I gotta go to battle school! Yay. Gotta take my exam. It's finals week, motherfucker. But before I do that, I'll explain the menu briefly, real quick. If this motherfucker would shut the fuck up. God. I mean, the controls are very intuitive. That's another real big reason why I like this game. Hardwired, where you fight. SV Hangar, where you build your mech. Mechanist, where you buy your parts. Edgeworks, where you modify said parts, as well as put paint on your mech. Difference EG, which is where you buy your chips. God damn it. Blood music, buy music. This game actually has a massive fucking selection, and all of it is officially licensed music. So, distinct possibility I could get thrown with a copyright strike for this bullshit, because, YouTube and its anti-creator policies now, just, God. Anyway. Idle. That's where you buy your Personaware. It's pointless. You will never fucking do it. Data Mnemonic. That's where you go to save your game, load your game, all that BS. Kojima, because, we got to throw a reference in here to Hideo Kojima. That's where you buy Proton SVs brand new. That's the lightweight brand of SV stands for a scoot vehicle. Kind of dumb. They don't just call it mechs. Anyway, OMSK is home to KHT. It's kind of a lightweight, but it's also kind of a medium weight. They're who I usually use. Vinchuno, they're midweight. They create the Caro SV. God damn it. Fucking deep. Anyway, Zwerg. American Stars is Hartman. Because America. Which is funny considering if you buy one of these, the hands on it look like AKs. It's hilarious. Battle School, learn to play the game. Beamport, that's how you travel between this place and other places. You ain't got to complete one particular area just to go on. You can go to anywhere. So if you beat one D-class ranker here, I could just go over to Hong Kong and go beat up theirs if I felt like it. Yeah, run down the basics. Your main buttons that you're going to use to play this game when you're fighting: L1, R1, L2, R2. And then your control sticks and your triangle button, because this is a PS2 game. So, your triangle buttons, your optical camouflage, control sticks is how you move, obviously. Your L2, R2 is your arms. That's how I think of it, and that's how the game labels it as. Your L1, R1 is your shoulders, so that's why I say it's very intuitive. It's really easy to understand. You can use your square and circle buttons to dodge left or right. It's basically your strafe buttons. X is jump. You will almost never use these things because momentum is really important when you fight. You lose your momentum, you die. You become a sitting duck. So I'm going to show you how I go about maintaining momentum. So hopefully you don't get fucked in the ass when you try to play this. Because there's a lot of people online, like I said, that just have no fucking clue of how to play this game. And hopefully my commentary and everything is good enough to help people beat it. I mean, my buddy that actually first showed me this game, he still has never beaten it, and that was shit. We were still in high school at the time. Both of us graduated college now. Embryo. Keep an eye out for that name, because it's going to come back later. He actually becomes a character that's semi-important. Alright, Battle School. I'm not going to learn anything. I'm just going to take the damn exam. Now, the mech that they give you is not always going to be the same. I think there's 3 different mechs to borrow for the exam. This is just making a quick rundown that essentially you're going to want to kill anything with a yellow bar unless there's a skull and crossbones next to it, because that means you've done killed them. Don't worry about them. Well, I mean, I guess you should kind of worry about them in a way, because they could still kill you, because they're going to come back. But once you killed all the yellow guys, they're going to come out with a red bar. That is your ranker. That is the main douchebag you're going to have to worry about. And once you take him down, you've basically completed that class or for day or night. Okay, I've got 2 machine guns, a missile launcher, and grenade launcher. Green guys, pointless, don't worry about them. Alright. Destroy 1. Shoot at the back. Deals double damage. Lock-ons. The green reticle that closes down onto a target is how you determine a lock-on for missiles and anything that takes lock-on. Melee is another good example. As you'll notice, I basically don't ever use my grenade launcher on my left shoulder, but that's because I can't use them. I really can't. I've tried damn near any and all weapon setups in this game, and it is not bueno. Alright, that's the first time I used optical camouflage. To explain optical camouflage, you essentially turn invisible. It helps to avoid getting the shit shot out of you. Use it, I won't say sparingly, but be wary of when you use it. Having a good understanding of when you use it helps. Because when you do use it, and you run out of it, you can't use it again until your bar recharges down at the bottom. And as you can see, some of these guns have their own ammo numbers. Shit. Gotta avoid lock-ons. In a way, this game kind of reminds me of a Michael Bay movie. Oh shit, here comes the ranker. It's fucking Embryo! Let's go, bitch! As I was saying, this game kind of reminds me of like a Michael Bay film, because, oh my god, what's this rusty car doing here? Oh my god, it explodes if you shoot it. Holy shit. That's actually one of the easiest ways to make money in this game. Just, like, find random shit, blow it up. You can always gain money off of just blowing random fucking things up in the areas on the map. As you noticed, I picked up a couple of cubes. Those cubes, there's 3 of them that will drop at every drop point. And it varies between health, ammo, and cash. That is the second way you can get cash in this game. Aside from just, you know, winning and doing good in your matches, not dying. Because if you die, you gotta pay to repair your mech. Holy shit, Embryo down. Let's go. And I'm only 20 minutes into this fucking video. Hell yeah. And I'm getting shit done explaining this. Blow this up because I feel like it. Make me feel better. Yay, I passed my test. I got my license. Anyway, as I was saying, 3 cubes. Ammo, money, health. All these things can vary as well. Sometimes they'll give you a certain percentage back to you in some way. Well, obviously not money. Money is just going to be like, here's a 3,000 credits. Here's 5,000 credits. The higher up you go in ranking, the more the credits will be. I've actually had matches last for well over an hour. where I scored well over 100,000 credits in the middle of a match just from blowing multiple people up that I've already blown up multiple times, including rankers. I'll explain more about crashers later, maybe when we find one. Explain the helipads, which is where the ammo cubes drop. Yay! This is just explaining that you can either use your own mech or you can use a rental. There are rentals, and they will give you half the prize money that you win in their mech. So if you earn 100,000 credits, sorry, you're only getting 50k. I mean, it's not a bad way to go if you're kind of like down and out, but you can always come back. It's not hard to come back in this game. Time to explain the regional or third, second, and first place rankers. Helix, Chode, Hot Rod, also a Chode. And then there's this douchebag that fucking hacks. Because there is no such thing as a Fox intelligent chip in this game outside of this bastard having one. And I can't talk today. Fuck. The ultimate goal is just to beat the first ranker. And that's about it. So, now that we've done that, I'm going to go buy myself a chip. Because I hate this douchebag that they give you starting out. He's fucking useless. He will never grow. That's why you always buy a chip. Wolfie! Hell yeah. Wolf 1 is like one of the best all-around chips ever in this game. Now I gotta fucking come up with a name. Speaking of names, based on what you name your chip will determine its personality. Each chip can have its own personality. And from what I've tested, if you put in the same name twice, it will give you that same personality both times. So let's think of a name. Fuck it. Let's go with Balto. Fucking based on the real dog, Wolf. Let's see what kind of personality he gets. Sweet! I got a drill sergeant. Wasn't expecting it. But cool. I like that. You can also get Smart Alex, which kind of wish I had gotten more, but, you know, it's fine. It's cool. It's whatever. The chip shop, different CG, it will change out chips. The chip stock is never the same from day to day, so it can vary. And as you noticed in the left part of your screen, each animal has its own unique ability to it. So there's a lot of variation in this game. You can come up with all kinds of BS. Especially if you can make heads or tails of what the numbers mean. Now, as you notice, there's life points, there's auto aim speed, lock on speed, tap set speed. All those things do have a genuine effect on how your mech handles. Auto aim speed, that's just for your basic guns on your arms, like machine guns. Lock on speed is for your melee weapons, your missile launchers, and what have you. Taps, I still haven't quite figured out. I'm wanting to think that taps just is in regards to being able to identify enemies and where their location is. Now, those numbers are going to go up as you continue playing with that particular chip. But one thing you have to really think about is Oh, you're cute. Okay. The thing that you have to think about is though is there's a reason why chip repair and data transfer is here. If you're not careful, your chip can die. Repair your chips occasionally, and it'll help lengthen the life of your chip. Data transfer is for whenever your chip is dead as a doornail. It'll transfer all the data that it had onto a new chip so that you can continue using it in battle. Try and limit how many times you do that because it does make a difference. Shit gets more expensive as you level up for your chip. Let's see if I can buy a mech. For this playthrough, I'm going to use a Proton and do like the Howling Gamer did. I'm kind of going to copy his playstyle for theoretical purposes as well as figuring shit out. Let's see. They already have a Proton body here. Come on, click. There we go. Okay, they already have that. Option mods. This is where you can do. This is where you get your like optical camouflage generators. Oh yeah, there's a stock market in this game. That is actually the third way of getting money, and that's also the reason why I said it is not hard to make money in this game. These stocks are going to be the same because it's a 100-day cycle before the game resets back to day 1. So all those 100 days just repeats again once you get back to day 1 again. So if you know what days to buy a particular stock, sell a particular stock, you make a fuck ton of money quick. There is a day skip feature in this game located in a couple of different places, and I'll get to that soon. I'm not going to be doing the stock trick because it doesn't take too long, but at the same time, you know, just video time. Like doing the stock trick would just be one video by itself, probably, if I did it. So I'm not going to do it here. You can also buy stuff that helps out your chip whenever you're in combat. Obviously, it's pricey. Worth it, though. You can buy paint, decals, all that shit. You can even buy SVs. Some of this shit's like useless. Yeah, I'm better off building a mech instead of paying for that. So that's that. And as you can see down at the bottom, your chip as well as other various BS will tell you a general idea of what you're looking at. And if you wait long enough, your chip will start getting a little annoyed that you haven't made a move or done anything to interact with the game. And it'll say a couple of different things towards you. It should be getting ready to pop up here in a sec. There are no real cheats to this game outside of doing the stock market, and there's facts for that. People have actually already went through and figured out what days to buy and sell. That does not change regardless of which game or location, name. None of that changes the stocks. So that will always be the same. There it is. Have you gone AWOL, soldier? But this is the only cheat. If you spin your analog stick, your right analog stick, you'll go up into the sky for whatever reason. You know you've done the cheat properly whenever you come out with 1,110 credits, like I just did, because I'm a cheating bitch. Anyway, that's the first video. But whenever we come back, we'll definitely get into doing our first ranked matches, our first few matches, as well as getting into some of the story elements of this game. But I'm going to go off and go save. And to make things a little bit quicker, I'm going to cancel the animation for getting there. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed the video. Stay tuned, because I should have a couple more videos coming up here soon. And I ain't forgetting any of y'all, just one in particular subscriber. Anyway, peace.